Hello everyone, hope you found doing great. Welcome to Leo's Tech channel. If you're new here, welcome, and I'm so happy to see you all once again. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about the new operating system that recently launched in 2024. They were developing on 2024, but now is more serious with that kind of operating system, which is called HarmonyOS NEXT. That is the game changer. So the question is, why Harmony Next OS or operating system? As your witness, that the US banned the operating system to get update from Microsoft and China and any places. That is why they come up with a new idea to have their own operating system. We're not here to gain or lose something. I'm not here to talk about what is good and what is bad, but I just want to let you know that try to learn something from the Chinas as well. And in any situation you encounter, you don't have to give up or never let setback discourage you. That is what I learned recently and I thought to share with all of you. Alright, the China thought to let's have our own operating system where on the future we should not have any issues in the terms of restriction or anything. So they thought that let's branch out and bring a new operating system into the market. The new operating system, as I mentioned, is HarmonyOS. Before, HarmonyOS was very good with the Android operating system. Guys, remember that this is not Microsoft operating system. This is not Mac OS. This is not iOS. This is not Chrome OS. This is not a Linux operating system. Possibly the HarmonyOS, the traditional one, the first, was based on Linux operating system, but now they have their own programming language to run those things. So the question is, why Harmony? As I mentioned, that the reason is that they don't want to have any restriction in their countries, and they thought to have their own operating system. Now most of the developers, they put their attention on those part and they say that, oh my god, hold on a second, let's learn that operating system and later on we have to build some apps for that as well. But hold on a second, HarmonyOS Next comes with the AI feature, artificial intelligence, and so on. It looks like they almost cover everything that you're gonna do. That is my suggestion for most of my friends, especially those who are a developer, especially application software engineer and so on. You have to be patient, because when the AI in the cutting edge of technology in the state of art, most of the AI engineers, their entire goal and aim is to make automation. What does it mean? The aim and the goal is to do any things that they just want to do, is just ask a single command that AI will build those kind of operating system. It doesn't mean that you guys are wasting your time, but you have to be more patient and you have to be more precise and you have to think a little bit, or you have to go an extra miles, because it is not something that you are doing right now. It could be like it's challenge. It could be because of, oh, who knows, AI is not able to build these kind of apps. But hold on a second, guys. If you know the right question, you will get the right answer using any portion of the programming language or any types of artificial intelligence chatbot or anything that you name it. But anyway, let's see what else is in here. It was shocking news for me. I was, hold on a second, because I built my career with a Microsoft. I was like, this gonna be a game changer, because for me, that's almost 18 years that I work with Microsoft. I am good with I started with the Windows 95, if anyone of you are familiar about that. Then it comes Windows Server 2000. Windows Server 2000 was a good operating system. I made a good money at that time. And if you guys are remember that NTFS, new technology file system, was launched. Encryption, decryption, compression and decompression was come. Before it was file system was, I think, file allocation table 16, file allocation table 32, if you remember, guys. It was long time ago. There was no encryption, there was no security at that time. But then Microsoft thought like, oh, let's branch out something else and let's add some operating system, some restriction in operating system, which come with a new technology operating system. But I think this the HarmonyOS is like, it's a game changer. As I mentioned, that the previous version of the HarmonyOS was fine to work with the operating system, with the, especially with the Android. But now their entire goal and the entire project is not only run in the smartphone or tablets or iPad or whatever that you have. Their aim is to have the personal computer operating system as well. Like, hold on a second, it's a game changer. It's a world game changer. Because if we think about the population of China, let's say that I'm not here to say anything about who is good, who is bad, but of course I support Microsoft because I built my career with Microsoft. But let's say that in the terms of who make more money, Microsoft had a lot of customer from China. Especially, like, I can say that iOS was the second largest operating system in China. Device like iPhone that you're using, that was the second largest operating system in China. But now their aim is to figure out to cover the all things, and they have their own operating system. And I think as far as I know, in here on 2024, built by Huawei. Guys, if you remember the Huawei operating system, and then they gave a lot of restriction for Huawei company, like, hey, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do this, because they were a step ahead, and they were trying to add a lot of things in the terms of, automation, face recognition, or gesturing, like moving this, flip the page by just waving your hand. There's a lot of feature come with the Huawei operating system. And then on for some reason, I'm not a politic guys, but the China noticed that Microsoft said that, okay, we are not pushing any update to China. So that is the operating system that you have, and that's vulnerable. If your operating system, the Windows that you have, or whatever operating system that you have, is not up to date, it's a vulnerable, it's a hackable, it is easy, like it's compromised. You compromise your data to the public and so on. I was like, they were like, what to do? Then why say that? Hold on a second. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we have operating system for smartphones, for tablets, even for the home intelligent devices. They said, let's take a deep breath, close your eyes, and open. There you go, surprise, we have operating system for a computer as well. And that's like but for me, like the age is 18, 19, 20, 2024. If you are, I think at that age, I was my main focus was on operating system. Like, let's learn Microsoft, because Microsoft was good. It's still, Microsoft is like, if you go in any places, Microsoft is very good at end user. Like, you can see most people has an operating system like Microsoft. There are a few people, they have let's say iMac or Mac OS and so on, but mostly familiar with the Microsoft. And Microsoft is good with the server edition as well. So right now we are witness of Windows Server 2025, and they're trying to add more things on that, so connected with the Azure, and you have to be happy, like if you want to add the same thing, and you have an on-premises network and you have on cloud as well. So it's like compatible, it's more vulnerable. It's not more vulnerable, I apologize for that. It is more scalable, it's more available, it's like you can access from anywhere and so on. It's a lot of feature with that one. But whatever feature it is, who's gonna lose the game? If I have a 1,000 client and 500 of that client is from China, and now the China is pushing all their user to use which one? Harmony operating system, or HarmonyOS Next is the latest version of that operating system to use it. So I'm gonna lose about 500 user. So as I mentioned, that it's not only for operating system, it's not only for a smartphone, it is for everything. And they want to integrate with artificial intelligence. They say that it is the most smartest operating system among the other operating system, because they have their own specific let's say stereotype or test lab to see which one is winning, which one is not winning. And they found that the HarmonyOS Next win a lot of things. If you have any question, they're trying to answer your question and so on. So the question question is there any different languages as well? The answer is of course. There will be English, there will be Chinese, any country that you want. It's like AI. They can easily convert your language to whatever language you. Even if you talk Arabic, if you talk Persian, you talk any language that you want, like Spanish or anything, or Hindi or anything, they can easily talk with you and communicate with you. And you will say, this is a good operating system. So the question is, how HarmonyOS Next is that much smart? Hold on a second. Here's my idea. This is called the adjacent possibility of an idea. I read a book by the name of Where Good Idea Come From. So what they learned is like they found that, okay, what is Mac OS, what is Microsoft operating system, what is Chrome operating system, and so on. This is like what is good and what is bad among these things. So this is good. Microsoft is always run with the encounter of viruses or something is like ransomware. Mac OS is like, it looks very simple, but it's very challenging to install some operating system, some application, and so on. And they say that, okay, Chrome is a Linux operating system. It's open source, but that's fine. They just have a different on a front, but in the back end is Linux operating system. I'm a big fan of operating system. Guys, work on operating system. I am a big fan of Linux operating system. Work on Linux operating system. It is a game changer in the future. I want to tell you, most of the data center nowadays, I am a witness that they are using Linux operating system. The question is why? 95% of all firewalls that you have, doesn't matter which kind of firewall you're using. If you're using, let's say, Palo Alto, if you're using Fortinet, if you're using SonicWall, if you're using any open source firewalls, whether it's in the cloud or on premises, runs by Linux operating system. And you would say, how do you know? Go to the command, run the Linux script, and see it works, my friend. That is the game change. So make sure to work on the Linux operating system than any other operating system. My suggestion for all of you, if you're a big fan of that. But anyway, my entire goal and project, my entire goal for all of you to be aware of the competition in the world. So me as a technical person, you or as a technical person, you have to be aware of which operating system is the most. But so far, I'm not so scared. I'm not like, it's not a panic for me. It is not a red button like someone had a red button. I'm like, oh my God, something has changed. It depends on where you're living and which country you're living and which language they're using. So for Microsoft is so good, and macOS is also good. Linux operating system, as I mentioned, is the good game changer. But on the future, if you want to learn, let's say HarmonyOS Next, it's not a bad idea. Focus about that one, get some courses and get some classes and see if you can get at those operating system. But probably it's very hard for me and you, for those who are as a software engineer, to develop any application for the Harmony operating system next, is because they want to restrict that. And if you want anything, probably they will say that you just ask a question. Don't worry, we're gonna answer it. Any application that you need, we're gonna build for you. How long will it take? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 days? 2 hours maximum. That's the thing. AI, cutting edge of technology. But anyway, I don't want to eat up your time, guys. Thank you for your watching, and I really appreciate for those who subscribe and hit the button. Until next time, I say safe, be brave. Be brave. Yeah. Until next time, I say be brave, and of course, see you guys next time. Have fun, everyone.